Yep, there you go. Yep. G'day folks, welcome back. Tommy and I are on a bit of a mission today, and it involves something to do with the boat that we purchased a month or two ago. We're going to have a look at a new outboard engine for the boat, which we're hoping to perhaps purchase. It is a 50 horsepower 4-stroke Suzuki outboard, which comes with the forward controls and all the digital gauges and everything. It's got about 600 hours on it, and it's about 6 or 7 years old. So we're heading down to Geelong, which is about a 3-hour drive, and we are currently stuck in a detour off the freeway because I assume that someone's had a crash there, and we're currently crawling along at walking pace following some trucks, so God knows how much longer it's going to take to get there. It is a bit of a tip truck in front of us, isn't it, Tom? So I'll update you guys when we get a bit closer, and hopefully we can have a bit of a good look at this engine, and hopefully it meets our needs.
Paddling jacks, driving on the tracks, so much more. Come along with all things outdoors.
I'm back again. I've fast forwarded to the next day because I got super frustrated yesterday with the traffic, and the whole situation just wasn't working out as expected, and we didn't get home till about 7 p.m. last night when I was expecting to get home about 4, so added about 3 extra hours to our day yesterday. But we finally made it home with the new boat motor for what we're calling Jeff the boat. There's a story to that name too, but what we've done is we've picked up a 2016 Suzuki 50 horsepower 4-stroke, which has the lean burn technology. So I don't actually know what that lean burn technology is, but it sounds like it's quite fuel efficient and actually meets the Australian emission standards. How about that? So as I said before, the reason I really wanted to get a 4-stroke was just for the sound reduction and just the less smoke and oil and stuff that you got to deal with that comes with 2-strokes. So that's why I really wanted to pick up a 4-stroke outboard for Jeff. And all the research I did pointed me towards Suzuki being a really reliable brand. I know I've got mates that have got Suzuki 4-strokes on their boats, and they swear by them, so that'll give us a lot of, hopefully, reliability out in the water. Now, as part of the package too, we've got the forward controls and we've got a tachometer, and interestingly enough, we've actually got two trim gauges. I don't exactly know why there's 2 here. We'll have to do some research about that, but basically we've got everything we need to get Jeff set up with the new outboard. I mean, I could mount it up myself, I guess, but I really want to get the professionals to do it, make sure it's all serviced and ready to go. It currently doesn't have any oil in it. Obviously, transporting on its side could lead to a bit of oil leakage, but the engine looks really clean and neat and brand new as well, so I'm quite pleased with it. But obviously, we need to see how it performs out in the water, of course, but we'll make sure we get that all professionally fitted up and checked over to make sure everything's right. But just have a look at, I'll pull the cover off. Have a look at that. That baby looks brand new underneath. I'm really pleased with that. Looks like it's nice and clean, no oil leaks or anything to speak of. We've also got the sun cover that comes with it, goes over the top of the motor cover there. Looks a bit sun beaten, but I don't know if we'll use that, but we'll see how we go. And the thing I've got to check too is if we go out to the transom on Jeff, You can see the where is it? The bolt pattern here of the old Mercury outboard. It would be really nice if that bolt pattern matches up with the Suzuki one, so that we don't have to make any new holes in the transom. So I don't think it will, because this is a very old outboard. And you will notice that I'm swapping the 70 horsepower for a 50, and you might think, oh, that's going to reduce the speed a lot. But engines of this vintage, the horsepower is actually measured up at the flywheel and not at the prop. So obviously you're going to get a lot of horsepower loss through the shaft and essentially be, you know, I don't know, 60 horsepower, maybe something like that. Whereas that new model, the horsepower is measured at the prop. So we get a much more better gauge of what the horsepower output is when it's measured at the prop itself. So what I might do now is actually measure this bolt pattern to see if it matches the one on the Suzuki, and then we might have far less trouble mounting it up. So let's see, the width that we're dealing with there looks to be about 250 mils. And let's go and check the Mercury bolt pattern. Where are we? Yeah, see, it's only 200 mils, so we'll have to have a wider spacing. So anyway, we'll get this outboard mounted up in the next week or two so we can go out and do some water trials. Make sure everything's all squared away with the actual propulsion of the boat, and then we're going to start working on the interiors and setting it up for, you know, camping and that sort of thing. I want to do a nice dual battery setup in there so we can run a fridge while we're out in the water, and we'll do some cleaning up of the exterior and potentially fresh paint, or just give it a nice clean up and a clear coat perhaps, because the paint's not too bad. And yeah, basically do some good setup just in time for summer so that we can get the whole family out on the water and have a bit of fun. Maybe you should have had a sleep. No, I've got to talk to it.
But I want to talk to
What do you want to say? Say Hulk smash.
Hulk smash!
Bruh. There we go. We've got the old Mercury pulled off the boat. It was a bit of a task really, because I had to unhook steering, throttle cables, electrics and hydraulics. The hydraulic motor is still mounted in under there. I'll have to take that off as well and remove a whole heap of the old redundant electrics around the back there. But so far everything looks pretty good. Obviously got to do a lot of cleaning up around here to get things ready for mounting the Suzuki 50 horse 4-stroke over there. But so far so good. Been super handy having the electric winch up there to be able to lift the boat motor off the back of the boat, because it was quite heavy and cumbersome. Well, it's finally happened. The boat has its new motor fitted. and we're ready for a test drive tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I'm really excited to get out in the water tomorrow and go for a test drive. There's a couple of things that I need to do first though. One thing is I'm going to fit a new fire extinguisher because it doesn't actually have one. And what I'm also going to do is take all of the dual batteries set up with me so that I can get it balanced in the boat and work out a good spot to install it, because I don't want to be sitting listing to one side because all the weight's on one side. So I'm going to do a bit of a balance test while I'm out there as well before I fully install it, because the battery is quite heavy, plus we've got the wiring kit, we've got the DC to DC charger, I've got a 1500 watt pure sine wave inverter, and also a small 15 litre fridge to go with it. So I want to be able to make sure that everything's all level and we sit nice and level when we're on the water. Thick. Yeah, I know. I'm just. That should be right. Good. Tommy will be fine. Dixie's loving it. Oh, you're floating. Are you? She's loving it, isn't she? Alright, ready?
Turn the water.
Mummy and Daddy need to have It's okay.
Warm up for a little bit.
It's okay, Nikki. Stuck in the dirt, that was the problem.
Exactly.
Daddy just lifted up the engine a little bit.
Jeff is alive! Whoa, she's got some pipe. Look out, duck! I don't have a horn! What do you reckon, Tom? How does it look? Because we're not getting any water coming out. What's going on? Hopefully we haven't got weeds or anything around it.
I might have to help Dad, don't I?
I just got to get to the shore. Yep, there it goes. Yep. Well, that's interesting. We've just got, I think we've got an overheat alarm, and the cooling system was starting to just like spit mist and not actually throw a stream of water out. I had the impeller replaced when I got the boat motor fitted, so I'm not quite sure what's going on, but we're just sort of floating over here at the moment and we'll assess the situation. Well, it was a good test drive until it wasn't. was having such a good time too. It's so peppy. It gets up on the plane so quickly. But yeah, then we suddenly got this what I can imagine is an overheating alarm, and then I turn around and the little telltale where the water comes out of the cooling system was just spitting like steam and stuff, and then the engine shut itself down. So I like to think that that's a self-protection mechanism, and that hopefully it'll be all right. So we'll have to take it back to the mechanics and get them to look over it and see what the problem is. It did have the impeller replaced the other day, and that may be one of the more likely causes of why it wasn't sucking up the cooling water in the engine, and then it started to overheat. So the only problem is we didn't make it to the boat ramp. We've made it back here to the Lake Mutamere Rowing Club, and I've got a bloke coming down to let us in so we can pull the boat out of the water here. So it's a bit bittersweet, but if we can get this issue fixed and then get some confidence in it, like I'm really pleased with how it motors along. It's nice and peppy, and it's nice and quiet too. Like you can hardly even hear it when it's idling. So we'll just have to leave it there and do another video of the next steps in the boat process. And yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching, folks. See ya.